Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Steve with LRM. Today we're going to go over some grease points on your truck. What you shouldn't be doing and what you should be looking for, all right? I know some of you guys like to use your own grease guns. You know, here's a good one, a Milwaukee, which I like and love, especially when I'm not in the shop. What I want to do is I want to point out a few things on these trucks, what to look for, maybe something that you might be missing. But before we get started, remember those videos you like and love, don't forget to pound that like button. If you have any questions or concerns on any videos, or maybe you want to ask me something, don't forget to leave a comment at the bottom. And guys, I want you to save money. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, so let's hop into this Freightliner that I have right behind me. Let's talk about some grease points, what you shouldn't be doing and what you should be doing and what to look for, right? So let's start on the driver's side of this truck, the steering system, which is notorious of being over greased quite a bit. All right guys, so like I said, we're gonna start with talking about the steering area, right? So you have your steering shaft. Now this particular Freightliner does not have the grease fitting on the knuckles, right? You have one here, one up here. When I mean knuckles, that's usually your U-joint. Sometimes they'll have a grease fitting, and all you gotta do is if you have it, you just put it in there, right? Normally I clean it off with a rag, put it, squirt it until I hear a little popping, and then I stop. You don't have to have where grease is constantly coming out, right? Now, this one, some of the trucks, like your Kenworths or Peterbilts, they may have the slip yoke with a Zerk fitting. Hit that with a grease. I usually do like, you know, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, and then stop. I've seen where people over grease it and it just starts dripping out. You don't have to do that. Just hit that, and then the same thing up here for the last knuckle by the front wall. You'll hit that up as well. So these here on this Freightliner, it's already, you know, pre-packed. So usually if you have play in the slip yoke or on the knuckles themselves, then you end up replacing it, all right? Now let's move down to the steering gearbox, right? You have, this is your pitman arm. Right above it, it's usually gonna be right here on top, or it could be here on the side. So on the top here is where you wanna see it. And then all you gotta do, which I'm gonna show you real quick, you put your fitting right on that bad boy, give it a few pumps, and I just saw just a little bit. Once I see the old grease move, I stop. I don't need to keep flushing out until you see the grease hit the bottom, all right? And then now, the next stop we're gonna move to is your drag link. Your drag link is what connects your pitman arm to your steering knuckle right here, right? So this is where I see a lot of mistakes. People are over greasing this and popping the seal. You really don't want to. All you gotta do is have a bulge. You don't wanna see grease coming out. So this one here, I'm not gonna do it just because you can already see where right here, people have already over greased it. All you wanna do is see that bulge out, right? You don't wanna see grease like this coming out. That's a no-no, too much. All right, so once you grease this, all you gotta do is just see the rubber expand a little bit. Once it does, you stop. And it's the same thing on the other end. You do not really want to see grease coming out all the time. All you're doing is breaking the seal and letting dirt and contaminants come in. Just put enough and that's it. You don't have to see grease coming out. All right, next thing, you have your S-cam. All right, this here is your S-cam tube. You just hit this with the grease, all right? And all I want to hear, that's pretty much it. You don't want to see it come out. This will move a little, or you'll hear it popping, which I did, and I stopped. And then you move on to the next thing, which is your slack adjuster. Slack adjuster, the grease fitting is gonna be underneath, just like that. I'm gonna give it a little grease. That's it. See, that's all. To tell you the truth, I might have done a little too much. I probably would have just done 1 or 2, but I didn't hear it pop. So the next one is kingpins. And in true honesty, the best way for you to grease it is if you jack up the axle. Clearly you guys are not gonna be able to do it all the time when you're on the road. So some grease is better than no grease. All you wanna do is just hear a little popping and maybe a little grease come out, and then turn the steering wheel a little so you can move it around, and that's it. So the one on here on the top, I'm gonna hit that. So this one right here, I'm gonna hit right here. So if it does that means you now have a good seal. There you go. And that should be it. That's all you gotta do. And if you look down, I can see a little bit of grease that popped out right down here. Right there. See it? Right there, that fresh, juicy grease. And then I would go on the bottom and do the same until you see it come right there. So fresh grease right down there, and then fresh grease right up here, and then you know you have your slack adjuster. Your tie rod, well, this is your drag link, and then right here, the tie rod assembly is down there. You do the same thing, you grease it until this just gets a little pudgy. You do not want to see grease coming out. You're over greasing it. And then whatever you do on the left side, you do on the right side, other than you won't have a drag link to do, you'll just do the kingpins. Some trucks will have spring bushings. Freightliner does not have them, not all of them. And you may need to grease here, and then the one back there. Right here, those are your shackles. They could have grease fittings on those. So always double check to see if your truck has those. And if they do, then you grease them, all right? You do not have to jack up your truck to grease these. All right, so the shackles on your spring, the leaf spring bushings, okay? Very easy to do. All right, guys, so now I'm at the back of the truck, right? We have our fifth wheel. So there's a few things I always see issues with, right? Yeah, anybody want to know why there's always grease on this side on the differential? So what happened is people will grease their fifth wheel, right? You should only go right up to here, this mark. Because when you put the trailer on, it's gonna just smudge it out. So if you put grease up here, where you think that grease will go, it's gonna go literally on the other side and do nothing at all other than make the biggest mess. So just keep in mind, what you wanna do is grease right about here and then let the trailer smooth out the rest. If you have rust spots, as you can see on this one, if you want to make you feel better on this side, you can put a little grease and rub it. But other than that, once the trailer hits it, it's gonna smooth that bad boy out. And don't forget this part. A lot of people forget about the jaw. So we want to grease on the inside here. I would show you, but I ran out of grease. So this one right here, you just put a little bit in there so when it locks, it can move back and forth. Now, this fifth wheel does not have it. I'm going to show you where yours might, so always double check. You could have two grease fittings on this side, right? As well as on the other side. So always check if you have grease fittings here. The other thing is, some of them will have grease fittings right here on the rail, one in the back and one in the front. Or you might have one that's right under the fifth wheel here. This one doesn't have it, and all you're trying to do is lubricate the bushing that this fifth wheel is mounted to, and then sometimes the rail so that it moves through. So just keep that in mind. And grease here allows the mechanism inside or underneath the fifth wheel get grease. So don't forget to hit those. Not sure, I haven't seen any in a long time, but there could be some grease fittings up in the front side, right? Up towards here. All right, just always look over the fifth wheel, double check for your grease points. And then what we did on the steer, you would do it on the drives, right? So you have an S-cam tube, you're gonna grease that. All you wanna do is hear some popping or a little bit of grease on one, and that's it. Slack adjuster, probably a pump or two until you hear a little popping, and that's it. This drive line, I would show you, but this drive line, these U-joints do not have a grease fitting or the slip yoke. So these are all self-contained. So that means if you have play in your U-joint, you're replacing it. You have a lot of play in your drive line, you're sending it out to get repaired, to get recoated, or you're replacing it. But doesn't mean you guys don't get underneath the truck to look to see if your vehicle has it. Just double check. If you see that little Zerk fitting, right, on your U-joint, or on your slip yoke, hit it with the grease, right? Just until you hear a little popping and you move forward. Same thing on the slip yoke. I would do like 4 Mississippis and then stop. You don't have to keep doing until you see grease. Now, if you guys, any of you guys have a manual transmission where you have to grease the clutch, I'm gonna tell you right now, you connect to it, you hold it, and you release. You're done. You do not have to wait until you hear a popping noise or see grease come out. If you over grease your clutch, you will allow it to slip. If you allow it to slip, it's gonna burn up and you're replacing a clutch. You do not wanna do that. Like I said, you connect, you squeeze, you release. Easy peasy, no more, all right? So that concludes everything when it comes to greasing your vehicle. All right, guys, as you saw, greasing the truck. Hopefully you guys learned something new about your truck you didn't know. And if you guys already knew it, great, kudos to you guys. I love that you guys stay on top of your maintenance because that's what's gonna save you money, staying on top of your maintenance. If you guys like what you saw today, don't forget to pound that like button. If you have any questions or concerns, or maybe I missed something, Guys, don't forget to leave a comment at the bottom. And if you want to save money like I know you want to, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys around at the next video.